November 10th, 2025 is just a quick market update, and here's my portfolio update. So, new things that I bought an IBIT call, that's the Bitcoin price tracker. SPY, I'm full on in calls through January. Once I see another dip, then I'll go further into leaps. ASST, I haven't made any changes there. Bull and BBAI, those are the biggest disappointments in my portfolio. They're negative 15 or so percent negative, and they're underperforming the market. But I'm still holding because I'm a long term believer, so let's see what happens there. I did add another Amazon leap. There's a company I believe in long term, so I added a leap there. And then BE, I added a short term call. That's an energy stock that was showing relative strength recently. So let's see how that goes. On my small account, I was in SPY calls. I did add $500 to this account. I went from $100 to $80, and that's just not enough for any plays that I have high confidence in. So I added $500. I'm making it the $500 challenge. Let's see if I can get it up to 5,000 within 1 year. And it's off to a good start. I got lucky on this high confidence SPY call play, and I sold at 70% and 100% return. And now I'm looking at BBAI, Bull, and ASST over the next week to see how their earnings play out. So let's look at the overall market. I have some generic lines drawn here. Let me clean this up. Basically, we've already retraced half of the downtrend. So the chance of this continuing is not great. I think we're already pretty overextended, and you can kind of see that in the relative volume here. Like the volume down here was excellent, but the volume above this resistance line is not that good. The relative volume, I mean. So I am expecting it to retrace. That doesn't mean we don't gap up overnight. That's totally possible. But I do think that there's a chance for a dip. And if the dip does happen, I'll be looking for when it bottoms out and starts to move up, and then I'll adjust this tentative trend line. I don't know where it's going to be necessarily, but whenever that happens, that's when I will go into a little bit of leaps. And yeah, I think the bull case is still on. I mean, as expected, the Democrats folded. The Fed quantitative easing is soon. I think December is the timeline for that. And then we have the Fed meeting in early December. And then we're still in this long term established bull trend. So there's still no reason to be bearish. I do think because we're so overextended, we might have another short term pullback before we regain our footing and go higher. And then I did not sell much on my big account because I want us to get closer to, say, oversold status or to this upper trend line here. And so my small account, I did sell the SPY calls because on a small account, green in a day, sell it right away is my philosophy. So that's what I'm watching out for. Let's see what happens the rest of the week.